From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Monday morning and happy MLK Day. It is going to be a gloomy day out there as we'll continue to have clouds and air stagnation could last through 4 p.m. on Tuesday at least, and maybe could get extended beyond that. High temperatures staying mostly below average to normal for this week by about 5 degrees. And then shower chances could return as we head into the weekend as this stagnant pattern begins to subtly break down. Right now you're taking a live look at Ellensburg. This view coming courtesy of our Central Washington Outdoor.com camera. This is of the rodeo grounds. And this is a very familiar sight here. We're not really seeing fog for lower elevations anymore because we're well below that cloud layer, which means that we're going to be stuck below some stratus clouds all throughout the day for lower elevations. So it's going to end up being a pretty gloomy day and a cold day as well. Cold mornings, we're already down into the teens, 20s, and 30s. And for today, for the Tri-Cities, again, no sunshine in the forecast, and we will have a hard time making it out of the mid-30s. So the lower elevation is going to be in the 30s and 40s for today. No sunshine to be seen. That's going to continue through 4 p.m. on Tuesday, at least maybe extending out beyond that deeper into the week. I'll talk about that and some of those reductions to air quality coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Right now on Good Morning Northwest, police taking a convicted felon into custody after a dispute involving a gun. Coming up, what police say led to SWAT assistance and the additional charges that could be brought on by a search warrant. And Pasco City Council is reviewing a major development project, but legal restraints could shape the final call. We'll take you inside Pasco City Hall ahead of this week's much-awaited decision. Also ahead, local families are getting a chance at home ownership thanks to Habitat for Humanity's new projects. Coming up, we'll see how students and the community are getting involved. It's all in Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. It is Monday, January 19th. We're going to get right into your top stories, and we're starting off with a crime alert where a Kennewick man is in custody after a firearm was involved in a Friday morning disturbance. Officers responded just before 9 in the morning to the 400 block of South Rainier Street. That's where two men were arguing. Police say 38-year-old Randy Simiano displayed a gun during the dispute. And when officers arrived, the other man exited safely, but Simiano refused to comply with commands. Officers used less lethal pepper ball rounds before taking him into custody. Luckily, no one was injured during the incident.
Obviously, every call is different. Officers respond to all kinds of different incidents, and if officers are giving clear instructions and lawful commands so that we're investigating an incident, we just ask that people follow them for their safety and our safety.
Investigators later found that Simiano is a convicted felon. A search warrant at his home later recovered 2 firearms, and after being medically cleared at a local hospital, he was booked into jail. And he now faces multiple charges that includes unlawful possession of a firearm, obstructing a public servant, and resisting arrest. Additional felony charges are still under review by the Benton County Prosecutor's Office. 6:03 and taking you to Pasco now, where city council members got a first look at a major rezoning proposal, but were reminded this is a legal decision, not a political one. So during last week's city council workshop, members reviewed the Wilson Estates project, which is a proposed North End development project. That proposal already went before Pasco's independent hearing examiner back in November, so no new testimony or evidence can be added. Council members must base their decision this week on the existing record and follow city code. Officials also reminded councilors to follow the appearance of fairness rules, avoid off-the-record discussions, and disclose any potential conflicts before making their decision.
We are, generally speaking, are the legislative body of the city, but we kind of have to take that hat off for this and put on this quasi-judicial hat and really just kind of making a legal judgment on the item rather than kind of a political legislative process.
The closed record quasi-judicial hearing and final council decision are scheduled sometime this week. Of course, we'll be following that closely and will continue to bring you updates as the story develops. Moving to Richland now, where Habitat for Humanity is expanding its building projects across the Tri-Cities using community partnerships and student builders to help families reach stable home ownership. So Habitat for Humanity of the Tri-Cities has spent more than 30 years helping families build stability through home ownership. In Richland, one home is nearly complete and set for dedication in March. And this while construction continues next door on Habitat's 166th house. And that's with TriTech students providing hands-on labor as part of their training. Now, as land prices rise, Habitat is shifting towards higher density housing like duplexes and townhomes, with additional projects planned in West Richland and Walla Walla. And leaders say families qualify by showing stable income, the ability to afford a low-interest mortgage, and a demonstrated need, something they are seeing more often as rents climb.
Rents being as high as they are, families are priced out of what they can currently afford. So they're spending more than 30% of their gross monthly income on their housing costs.
And leaders say community support, including student builders and local partners, makes this work all possible. And keep it here, because coming up next, Washington state lawmakers are heading into week 2 of its 60-day legislative session, and lots of bills are being discussed this week. We have a recap on what happened during week 1 and also what's on the agenda starting today. All that is coming up after the break. But first, our chief meteorologist Josh Colbert will have your first alert weather forecast. Keep it here. We'll be right back in just a few minutes.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Hi, everybody. Jay Leno here. You know, I love doing live stand-up comedy. No politics, no lectures. I'm not giving you my opinion on every issue of the day. Just nothing but jokes. So come by, check it out, and we'll have a lot of fun. Oh, it's clean, too.
Jay Leno live on stage. Friday, April 24th, Legends Casino Hotel. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com or Legends Gift Shop. Don't miss Jay Leno live. Friday, April 24th, Legends Casino Hotel.
Come on by. Check out the show.
There was a nice lady who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. I need a bigger house, but with so many choices, who can I trust to help me with a loan? So she called her friends for advice, and they knew exactly what to do.
Yakima Federal helped us when the big bad wolf blew our house down. They had great service and offered a fantastic rate on our new home construction loan. And they won't sell your loan to the big bad wolf.
I'll call them tomorrow. Skip the wolves. Trust Yakima Federal with your next home loan. You'll be glad you did.
Thinking about an RV show? Skip it and save some dough. At Broadmoor RV, you get real people, real prices, real service with the same great deals, no show required. Skip the crowds, skip the hidden fees, skip the show, and save some dough at Broadmoor RV, where we make camping fun.
Depression and anxiety can feel like a heavy, suffocating weight pulling you down. But there is hope. Neurostim TMS can help you regain your life. No medications, no drug-related side effects, just a proven solution covered by insurance. Our FDA-approved, non-invasive transcranial magnetic stimulation therapy targets the source of your symptoms. Neurostim works when medications fail and is the Northwest's leader in TMS, with over 250,000 successful treatments delivered. There is hope. Call today for a free consultation.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
A sledding adventure. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is a cold morning out there. To underscore that, let's go ahead and take you on that zone-by-zone tour of this morning's temperatures. We start off up in the Cascades, where we are down in the 20s. Then in the Kittitas Valley, we're seeing mid-20s up and down the valley. It's 27 right now in Ellensburg. Then in the Yakima Valley, right around 30 degrees. You're either at 30 or 31 if you reside in the Yakima Valley. Then for the lower Columbia Basin, also low to mid-30s, 33 for the Tri-Cities, 32 for Benton City. And then for the Blue Foothills, we got teens, we got 20s, we got 30s, 18 for Pilot Rock, 29 degrees for Pendleton, and a couple of 30s for Milton Freewater and for Walla Walla. Then for the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains, teens and 20s, 17 for Ukiah, 20 degrees right now for Cabbage Hill and Interstate 84. Okay. Today's going to be a gray, gloomy day, not a lot of fun to be outside, and that's going to continue through 4 p.m. on Tuesday at least. Now, that might be extended out for the rest of this week, but these inversions and these stagnant patterns and the sky coverage, always very difficult to forecast for around this time of the year. Air quality reductions this morning, just seeing a few moderate reductions out there, but the air stagnation advisory continues through 4 p.m. on Tuesday. Again, if this gets extended until Thursday, Friday, wouldn't be too shocking. And think about it, we just really haven't had any active weather over the past couple weeks, so all that yucky stuff, smog, exhaust from vehicles, just settles down in lower elevations. That can lead to reductions in air quality. So if you have a pre-existing respiratory illness, consult with your physician. Okay, you can find all these little bits of information posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com, but maybe this pattern breaking down as we head into the weekend. I'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Looking to state legislature news now, Washington lawmakers finished their first week back in Olympia, which kicked off Washington's 2026 legislative session. This morning, Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz breaks down the biggest issues they're tackling so far.
From new bills on face coverings in law enforcement to AI and technology regulations, it's been a busy 5 days in Olympia. Both the Washington State House and Senate spent the week debating dozens of bills, including one on the eligibility requirements of becoming a sheriff. It's State Bill 5974, a piece of legislation that had its first public hearing on Thursday. Sheriffs, chiefs, and marshals currently must have 2 years straight of law enforcement experience, as well as no misdemeanors in the last 5 years. But this bill sets new expectations. It proposes that they have 5 years of experience, no misdemeanors, and be at least 25 years old to fill the positions. The bill would also give the Washington State Criminal Justice Training Commission, an unelected board, the ability to remove an elected sheriff, something that one sheriff says he doesn't support.
I don't like the sentiment that this bill allows the state to intervene in that process. Give voters more control, not less. That is how we fix the divide in our country, and I'm hoping that we can come to a good compromise that strikes a balance between both.
Sponsors of the bill include State Senator John Lovick, a former sheriff himself, who says it's time to modernize the requirements for law enforcement leaders. Another piece of legislation that's being introduced is Senate Bill 5855. The bill would ban local, state, and federal officers from wearing face coverings to hide their identity, including ICE, except for when officers go undercover or are wearing protective gear. Supporters say it's to increase transparency and to prevent people from impersonating officers, while critics say they worry for officer safety. Another big topic of discussion brewing in Olympia is over AI regulation, with a handful of bills in the House aiming to force companies to clearly label AI content and create detection tools to improve safety.
We've only probably read the news about, various popular social media tools that also double as deepfake creators. And it's disseminating disinformation, ruining reputations, and causing emotional harm.
Critics of the bill say they're worried about what the legislation would cost and how they would be implemented. This week's legislative session also saw Governor Bob Ferguson give the annual State of the State address. Reporting from Washington State, Caleb Stipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
And Senate Bill 5974, which would change eligibility requirements for elected sheriffs, will be debated further on Thursday. This as we head into week 2 of the legislative session. And also happening this week, several more committee hearings, and this is where bills will be debated before they reach the House or Senate floor. A big focus will still be on the state budget. The Ways and Means and Appropriations committees are expected to dig deeper into how to close the budget gap. Education and workforce issues are also on the agenda, with hearings on funding, higher education, and job training programs. Also, transportation, housing, and health care related bills are set for discussion. And now, because this is a short 60-day session, bills that don't gain traction early could quickly fall away to the side. Eastern Washington lawmakers will be keeping a close eye on issues tied to agriculture, transportation funding, rural health care, and education, which are all areas that could directly impact communities right here at home. And we'll continue tracking these developments and keep you updated. And keep it here, because coming up next, Josh Colbreth is back with how your weather is looking this week. That's all coming up in that First Alert full weather forecast in just a few minutes.
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway. Because at Schweitzer, your best day can start in the village or at the summit and everywhere in between. Explore Schweitzer. All days, always.
Life moves fast. At Frechette Winery, we invite you to slow it down and savor the moment. Join us on Red Mountain for bold, flavorful red wines, a welcoming vibe, and experiences meant to be shared, from relaxed tastings to unforgettable wine and dinner events. Located just minutes from Benton City in West Richland, we're open daily, noon to 5. Come for the wine, stay for the warmth, experience the Frechette vibe. Great wine brings people together, and we'd love to welcome you to Frechette.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
From our family at Bruce Heating and Air, New Year's isn't just a day, it's a moment of magic, reflection, and hope. Another year to bring comfort and care to the community we cherish most.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery. Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway. A place where the views are as good as the company. And the skiing is as electric as the experience. Explore Schweitzer. All days, always.
We found a hill that's a good place for some winter fun.
Get a little hot chocolate, stay hydrated, some donuts. You know, we try to make it a lot of fun so the kids remember it and want to come back every year.
Sledding. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Monday. I got a good feeling about this one.
You do?
Oh, yes.
Sir Ben Kingsley from Marvel Studios' Wonder Man. Plus, Dr. Tara Narula.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Our forecast will continue to stay cold over the next 6-ish days. Well, really the next 6 to 7 days, but maybe a little bit warmer by the time we get to Sunday. But still, our high temperatures will be about 5 degrees colder than normal for this time of the year, gradually getting back up to more normal stuff. So to that point for today in the Tri-Cities, it's going to be gray. We'll have a hard time making it out of the mid-30s. Not a lot of fun to be outside for today, but it will be a lot of fun to download this Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app. Why will it be fun? Because it's for free. Everyone loves free stuff. It's for free in the App Store or on Google Play. You can see hour by hour precip chances, wind gusts, temperatures, and you can do all of that for your exact home address location. Okay, here's what the app would show you for those forecast highs over the next 7 days in the Tri-Cities. You see mostly below average through about Saturday. Then for Sunday, we'll be right at average. Our average high temperature for this time of the year in the Tri-Cities is 42 degrees. So in general, upper 30s for this week, but back into the low 40s by Sunday. Those overnight lows, not doing anything fantastic. They'll kind of follow the same storyline, pretty stagnant up until the weekend. They turn a little bit warmer, but in general, mid-20s for those overnight lows. And then in terms of precip chances for this week, well, you can almost nearly forget about it. And it's because of this area of high pressure that has just been dominating the Pacific Rim over the past couple weeks or so now, just shielding the West Coast from any active weather. But it looks as if maybe this pattern could start to subtly break down as we head into the weekend. What's that going to translate to for us? Maybe some low-end rain, snow chances for the Tri-Cities for Sunday. Low-end chances, but we'll continue to keep tabs on that. And during that stretch, 4 a.m. on Friday to 4 a.m. next Monday, maybe a couple inches of snow for mountain passes, but lower elevations probably not going to pick up anything. So yes, the pattern's breaking down, but it's not doing anything of note. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities, upper 30s and dry through Saturday, and then watching a low-end chance of a rain-snow mix by Sunday. In Yakima, the same thing, not doing much through Saturday, then a little bit more interesting on Sunday. For Ellensburg, cloudy through Tuesday at least. We'll see if the clouds and stagnant air stick around beyond that. In Hermiston, our pattern will continue to be static over the next 6 days, perhaps more movement by day 7. And then for Walla Walla, dry and cold through the work week, but small chances of a wintry mix this weekend.
All right, check this out now. So not only is today a day to honor the great Martin Luther King Jr., it's also a day that celebrates one of America's favorite snacks and movie treats.
That's right, today marks National Popcorn Day. No matter how you like it, with butter, salt, nuts, or chocolate, popcorn has been around for more than a century.
The food started becoming popular in the U.S. in the middle 1800s, but it wasn't until Charles Creters, a candy store owner, developed a machine for popping corn with steam that the tasty treat became more abundantly poppable. By 1900, he had horse-drawn popcorn wagons going through the streets of Chicago.
It's estimated that Americans eat about 13 billion quarts of popcorn a year. That's more than any other country in the world, USA. And a majority of the popcorn produced in the world is grown in the United States. Nebraska leads the Corn Belt in popcorn production.
Popcorn production.
The Cornhuskers.
How do you like your popcorn? A specific way?
At the movie theaters.
Yes, of course, yeah. And that's why, you know, we consume so much because, you know, you just start eating it and forget about it. It's like chips and dip, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you walk into the movie theater and the smell is unavoidable.
Yeah.
Like I actually had this conversation with Jade about how, we'll go through great lengths to sneak in other things into the movie theater.
Yes, but not
the popcorn.
Yeah.
Well, A, it'd be hard to sneak in popcorn, but
No,
B, no? Okay.
Speaking from experience, yeah, it's fine. But then it's like, you know, it's not as hot.
Yeah.
From my youth, I did this one time.
Okay. We got to talk off camera about this.
But I do like movie theater butter. The more butter,
it's
the
unmatched.
better. Butter, the better.
Yes.
All right, keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Harry Styles is back with a brand new album. Bruno Mars just set a ticket sales record for his upcoming tour, and the Super Bowl has a surprising height rule for some fans hoping to work the halftime show. We'll have the details and your latest in Hollywood news coming up after the break.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
February is American Heart Month. Join us in Going Red for Women Friday, February 6th at Desert Wind Winery in Prosser for a heart-healthy luncheon with guest speaker Prosser Memorial Health cardiologist Dr. Karan Vati. Tickets are just $50 each and available online now at prosserhealth.foundation. Event proceeds benefit the Prosser Memorial Health Foundation Women's Health Fund. This is how we give.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino in Yakima. Experience the thrill of our Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and earn exciting rewards. Enjoy games like Blackjack, Pai Gow, and High Card Flush. While you're here, don't forget to unwind with a drink at our cozy bar or enjoy a meal from our restaurant. Come discover Yakima's ultimate entertainment destination, Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
Start the new year off right with a new 2026 Kia Sportage Hybrid, loaded with advanced driver assistance features like Smart Cruise, forward collision avoidance, blind spot warning, and more. All this and 35 miles per gallon combined EPA fuel economy rating. Now just $31,930 after discount and rebate. Test drive a Sportage Hybrid today. Overturf Kia, Highway I-182 and Road 100 exit on St. Thomas Drive, Pasco.
Driving the Nissan Kicks with intelligent all-wheel drive is like the best seat in the house. See why it's been named a Consumer Guide Best Buy 5 years in a row. Drive the reimagined Nissan Kicks today. Now get a low $309 per month lease or get up to $1,000 customer cash on the 2026 Nissan Kicks.
A sledding adventure. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest and your entertainment news. You may not know her face, but you've almost certainly seen her name on movie credits.
Perhaps in a bright yellow font, scrolling upwards way into the distance. Kathleen Kennedy is stepping down as president of Lucasfilm. Kennedy has led the studio through the entire current generation of Star Wars films and TV shows. She will continue in the role of producer for upcoming films, The Mandalorian and Grogu and Star Wars Starfighter.
Lucasfilm plans to split her current position into 2 jobs. Dave Filoni will oversee Lucasfilm's creative direction, and Lin-Wen Brennan will take care of the business side.
Both are executives at the company, so it's unclear how much they will change its direction, if at all.
That'll be interesting to see. And in more entertainment news, from a galaxy far, far away to a pop star taking over our playlist, Harry Styles is back with new music. The British pop superstar announced on Instagram his latest album with 12 new songs, and it'll be released March 6th.
It's titled Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally. Styles posted the album cover along with an arrow pointing to himself and the word me.
That's a cute title, and this will be Styles' first new album since 2022's Harry's House that won him 3 Grammy Awards, including Album of the Year and Best Pop Vocal Album.
And Harry may be hitting the studio, but Bruno's hitting the record books, as Bruno Mars sold 2.1 million tickets on Thursday for his upcoming tour. It is a new record for largest single-day ticket sales across North America, Europe, and the UK in Live Nation history.
Go Bruno. So sales numbers were shared with Forbes. Live Nation says that the 40-year-old pop star also set a single-day record with Ticketmaster. Ticket demand has prompted Mars to add an additional 32 shows to his The Romantic tour.
It kicks off April 10th in Las Vegas. Mars, The Romantic album debuts next month, his first solo album in a decade.
And finally, from record-breaking concerts to record-breaking rules, the Super Bowl has a height requirement that you might not see coming. Bad Bunny, who's performing at the halftime show this year, has a height requirement for some workers. And according to the Super Bowl Productions website, the job involves on-field assembly and disassembly of the stage.
Applications indicate only people between 5'7" and 6 feet. Oh man, I just hit the cut.
I don't make the cut.
Can apply. And some fans say they're disappointed. The company that's handling the application says the height requirement is very important. It doesn't say why, making it a Super Bowl mystery for now.
What could it be? You're assembling and disassembling the stage, but you need that specific height requirement.
Are they going to be a part of the performance?
I think it's, I don't know, maybe.
Because if they're a part of the performance, and maybe if they're wearing like something on their heads, maybe it needs to be a certain height so the cameras catch it. That's just my bet.
Or maybe it's like something to do with his album theme. I don't know.
Or maybe he's just heightist, you know?
Yeah, who knows? You never know. That's bad.
It's really bad. Bunny.
Yeah, exactly. Bad Bunny, baby. All right, keep it here because coming up next, WSU Tri-Cities is helping advance sustainable aviation fuel, which is clean jet fuel. We'll see how research in the Tri-Cities is getting global attention. All the details are coming up in your 6:30 half hour.
In
In 1977, Ford F-Series became America's best-selling trucks, and we've kept that title every year since. Ford, the most awarded brand for initial quality among trucks by J.D. Power.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Atomic Health pays me to do the in-home, I guess, nursing or the things I do to help out, so we don't need a nurse. Meds, cooking, cleaning, getting him to doctor's appointments, picking up prescriptions, whatever else needs to be done. So at least once a month or whenever I need her, Sarah, or whatever nurse is available, comes to our house. If I have a worry that I'm not sure if he needs to go to the doctor, she comes and advises me and does an assessment and tells me if there's anything I need to do different, or I don't know that I could do this without him.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not.
The outdoors come indoors at the 32nd Annual Tri-City Sportsman Show, January 23rd, 24th, and 25th at the Hapo Center in Pasco. See the live reptiles at the Brad's World Reptile Exhibit. Check out the hourly hunting and fishing seminars. Kids can fish at Lunker Lake. See the trophies of the Northwest Big Game Display. 2 buildings full of exhibitors, boats, RVs, pickups, ATVs, and more. It's the Tri-City Sportsman Show, January 23rd through 25th in Pasco. Don't miss it.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and US Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. And we're combining it with the local service you know and trust. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
When looking at your meal, you must always make sure there's enough sauce for every single bite.
Share and share alike with the 20-piece Chicken McNuggets for only $6.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Prosser's most colorful adventure is at Splat It. Throw paint, get messy, and have a blast. For kids, adults, parties, and nights out, Splat It has it all. Book now at splatitnw.com.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became America's best-selling trucks, and we've kept that title every year since. Ford, the most awarded brand for initial quality among trucks by J.D. Power.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now are sponsored by Allen Brecky Law Offices.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good Monday morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, Josh, it's not active again this week?
Pretty much
All
not.
right.
Now, this time, as we head into the weekend, it looks like maybe things could start to trend a little bit more active.
Okay.
So I'd say there's more light
What
at the
kind
end of
of
the tunnel.
active?
What kind of active? Like low-end chances for a rain-snow mix.
Okay.
It
is winter.
But like 10%, 20% chances, right? So still not necessarily the rain or snow chances we want to see around this time of the year. And of course, the mountain snowpack is really suffering because of that. So even when there's nothing going on, there's still something going on. Let's go ahead and take a look at those big weather stories. And the overcast and stagnant pattern going to continue through 4 p.m. on Tuesday at least. Wouldn't be too shocked to see that extended out by another 2 to 4 days. Okay, high temperatures going to stay below average for this week, but only by about 5 degrees, so mostly in the 30s at least through Saturday. And then shower chances could return this weekend as that pattern begins to very subtly break down. But the overcast skies, the stagnant air could continue through 4 p.m. on Tuesday, at least moderate reductions to air quality this morning. But we really start to get concerned when it gets unhealthy for sensitive groups. So no orange on the map this morning. That is a good thing. Air stagnation advisory continues through 4 p.m. on Tuesday. Again, if that got extended through Thursday, Friday, wouldn't be too shocked. And with just a lack of active weather as of late, all that nasty stuff such as exhaust, smog, those things can settle down into lower elevations. That can drop air quality. That can impact people with pre-existing respiratory illnesses, and that's why we highly recommend against outdoor burning. You can read more about all this online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. Now, that pattern, like I said, could start to break down as we head into the weekend. I'll talk about those low-end shower chances coming up a little bit later in the show.
Thank you, Josh. Now we start this half hour of news with education news, and that's where Washington is taking a major step towards cutting aviation emissions. And a key part of that effort is happening right here in the Tri-Cities. Washington State University Tri-Cities is now a lead player in the state's new push to expand sustainable aviation fuel. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen shows how local researchers could be at the center of a global industry shift.
Washington State University Tri-Cities is helping fuel the future of flight. The campus is a lead research partner in the new Cascadia Sustainable Aviation Accelerator, a statewide push to rapidly scale sustainable aviation fuel, or SAF. The initiative was unveiled earlier this month at Boeing's Future of Flight in Everett, bringing together state leaders, industry partners, and researchers from around the world. WSU Tri-Cities faculty were there showcasing the testing and analysis done right here in the Tri-Cities. At the center of that work is the Bioproducts Sciences and Engineering Lab, one of the most comprehensive SAF testing facilities in the country. Researchers have evaluated nearly 500 fuel samples from around the world.
We play a critical role in facilitating companies that as they go through that scaling process from really low volumes to commercially viable gallons and millions and billions, that their process remains consistent and aligned with the expectation of airlines and airframers.
Hines says the goal is making sure new fuels can perform safely in the real world.
Most of our tests revolve around, safety. Safety first, safety last, safety everywhere in between. And so these test results, normally they're shared directly with producers. We are under material transfer agreements, non-disclosure agreements. And so those institutions that we conduct the testing for then take that information and maybe tweak their process or have the confidence to move forward.
Experts say SAF could cut aviation emissions without grounding planes or raising ticket prices. For WSU Tri-Cities, leaders say it also means high-skilled jobs, research dollars, and global attention for the region. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
And as part of the accelerator, WSU Tri-Cities is also partnering to help establish a new sustainable aviation fuel research and development center at Payne Field. Now, this would include what would become the world's first global SAF fuel repository. And keep it here, because coming up next, Grandview Cheerleading is making history. In just 3 years, the team went from sideline cheers to qualifying for their first ever state competition. Stay tuned, we'll see how they reach this milestone when we talk sports after the break.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now are sponsored by Allen Brecky Law Offices.
Board-certified orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist Dr. Tegan Goodell is now caring for patients in Prosser and Walla Walla. Dr. Goodell provides advanced care in orthopedic surgery and sports medicine injuries, including surgery of the shoulder, elbow, knee, and ankle. Get back to doing what you love. Call Prosser Orthopedic Center at 509-786-5599 or visit prosserhealth.org. Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
Life happens. Lucky for you, the new ICCU Central Plus checking account comes with benefits, including cell phone protection.
Wait, through my ICCU checking account?
That's right. Along with a whole lot of other benefits you might need. Because being human is a full-time job.
Hello, Shelby.
Hello, Mariano.
Upload Mrs. Robinson's case.
Processing.
Is there any new information?
The record shows no driver at fault. However, we found footage which shows the other driver caused the wreck.
Nice job. What's the insurance company's offer?
You know it's too low. Should I ask them for more?
Thanks, Shelby. But you know when they hear from the heavy hitter, they'll pay much more.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Injured in a car wreck? Call the heavy hitter, Attorney Mariano Morales.
We're cooking up something special. Yolks Exclusives. Original recipes crafted in-house every day by people who take fresh seriously. A collection of signature products you won't find anywhere else. Meticulously prepared with only the freshest ingredients and sold exclusively at Yolks Fresh Markets.
Dinosaur Adventure roars into Yakima. One weekend only. Yakima Sundo. With life-size dinosaurs and massive family fun. Experience the thrill of the prehistoric age. Featuring the ferocious T-Rex, Triceratops, Velociraptor, and more. Go on a realistic fossil dig. Take a ride on your favorite dinosaur. Bounce around in the prehistoric playground. And a baby dinosaur meet and greet. Take an amazing dinosaur adventure. This weekend only. Yakima Sundo. Tickets at dinosauradventure.com.
When weather is the big story.
An atmospheric river has swollen rivers.
Turn to Apple Valley News Now.
Flood warning remains in place for the Yakima River.
The river is continuing to rise.
Big story coverage. Only one station. Apple Valley News Now. On your side.
Monday.
I got a good feeling about this one.
You do?
Oh, yes.
Sir Ben Kingsley from Marvel Studios' Wonder Man. Plus, Dr. Tara Narula.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is a very cold morning out there. Teens, 20s, and 30s, just kind of depending on your microclimate. We're at 33 for the Tri-Cities, 30 for Yakima, 27 for Ellensburg. And we're seeing those teens in the higher terrain of Umatilla County. I think we're at 18 degrees this morning, 19 degrees this morning for Cabbage Hill. Okay, here is your hourly forecast for this Monday for the Yakima Valley, and it's going to be clouds all throughout the day. High temperatures are going to struggle to make it out of the mid-30s. So speaking of high temperatures in today's forecast in general, let's take you on a zone-by-zone tour. Going to be in the 30s and 40s up in the Cascades. Mostly sunny skies. Even though we're seeing fog this morning, mostly sunny skies for the Cascades when it's all said and done. That cloud layer is going to impact the valleys, the basin, and the foothills. So, for example, the Kittitas Valley, it's likely going to be cloudy all throughout the day. Now, towards Cle Elum, we might have a better shot of seeing some sunshine into the afternoon. But look at these highs. Going to have a hard time making it above freezing in Ellensburg. Then for the Yakima Valley, mid-30s to low 40s, cloudy throughout the day. We'll see the exact same thing for the lower Columbia Basin. You notice across the map, not seeing any notable wind gusts. For the Blue Foothills, a mixture of 30s and 40s, also a fairly cloudy day, but more sunshine for the Blues as highs going to get into the 30s and 40s. So the big takeaway from that, the mountains seeing the most sunshine, lower elevations are going to be socked in with those low-lying stratus clouds. But this pattern may be beginning to break down as we head into the weekend. That's going to feature some low-end shower chances. We'll talk about those coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Talking sports now this morning, the Grandview cheerleading team has qualified for the state cheerleading championships for the first time in school history. Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable spoke with the team about being trailblazers for their school.
Grandview cheerleading has done something they have never done before, qualify for state competition. When Coach Karen Prieto started in 2020, the school only had a sideline cheer team and didn't go to competitions. Prieto helped bring that change 3 years ago.
It was completely new to us, and it was a lot of learning experiences. Going to competitions, knowing absolutely nothing about what we were supposed to do, getting feedback.
In the third year of competitive cheer at Grandview, they qualified for state for the first time in school history.
It just felt so rewarding just knowing that we finally did it as a team. Just obviously myself too, I felt just really accomplished with just the things that I brought, to the team. But just in general, we worked so hard to just get this moment for us. So it was just, I don't even know how to explain the feeling, just crazy emotions, yeah.
Like the 13 girls that I have on this team have all played a role in us making it to state, and they have really dedicated their time, their effort, their emotions, their energy into us qualifying, and so for that I'm thankful of them.
For senior Catherine Tapia, she is proud to be a part of the first team to go to state and believes it proves what they are capable of.
I think I just feel like a legacy that I'm leaving behind, especially being here from the beginning to now. But I don't know, I think it's just a big step in how people view cheerleading, and because I know it's a lot of controversy of whether it's a sport or not, but I think that this can really show what us athletes can really do.
And now the team prepares for state competition in early February. In Grandview, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
And the state competition will take place February 6th and 7th at Battleground High School near Vancouver, Washington. Good luck to them. And keep it here, because coming up next, we got your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door. And Josh is back with your full First Alert weather forecast. It's all on the other side of the break.
Some recipes come with a little extra chaos. Memories are made in the kitchen. Find the right appliance to make more of them at Breads.
Right now, score big savings on all LG appliances. Whether you're looking for a fridge, dishwasher, or oven, we have the appliances for you in stock, ready to go today. Swing into Fred's Appliance. We're local like you.
Vance Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric wants you to stay warm now and pay later. Upgrade your HVAC system today and take advantage of $2,000 in federal tax credits. That's right. When you combine your $2,000 federal tax credit, exclusive Daikin savings, and local utility rebates, you could get up to $5,750 in total savings. Don't miss out. These federal tax credits expire soon. This winter, don't leave it to chance. Call Vance. Vance Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric.
Just like you, I'm working towards buying my first home.
I'm saving for my children's future.
Like you, I want financial tools that make my life easier.
At Hapo, we're more than employees. We're people just like you, and we understand what really matters.
Just like you,
we're planning for our future.
And I care about making a difference.
We're here to help you navigate life's milestones, big and small, because we're just like you. Join us at Hapo today.
January is Cervical Cancer Awareness Month. Even if you've been vaccinated against HPV, keep getting screened for cervical cancer until age 65. More at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Cervical Cancer Awareness Month, sponsored by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
I'm a real wild one. Some days are the fun days. The days you get to go wild, which makes the Ford Ranger perfect for you. Made to haul, made for the trail, and made for any wild idea you've got. Get a wild deal on a Ranger today. Lease a 2025 Ford Ranger Super Crew 4x4 for just $279 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Timmy! Life's better when you're under our roof. Because we know it's more than a new home. It's really him. It's a new journey.
Welcome to the neighborhood, Jordan.
Thanks, guys. Whoa.
And when you feel protected, you can dream fearlessly.
Go long.
Bundle home and auto and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
This is your home for Kraken hockey. Every goal.
He scores!
Every save.
What a stop!
Every game.
That's hockey, baby!
Watch us defend the deed.
Kraken, Penguins. Coverage begins at 2 today on Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It will continue to be a cold week all throughout this week. Up until Sunday, I mean, it's still going to be cold, but maybe at that point we'll be closer to average as opposed to what will be for the rest of this week, which is about 5 degrees colder than normal. To that point, here's your forecast for this Monday for the Yakima Valley. In Yakima, we're going to have a hard time making it out of the mid-30s. We'll be socked in with those low-lying stratus clouds all throughout the day. Of course, you can see hour by hour precip chances, which are going to be pretty minimal for this week, but temperatures, wind gusts, visibility, everything you could dream up by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app free in the App Store or on Google Play. You can do that for your exact home address. Okay, here's what those forecast highs are going to look like over the next 7 days in the Yakima Valley, mostly in the mid to upper 30s, a little bit closer to 40 by the time we get to Sunday, which is normal. So our range this week is going to go from 5 degrees colder than normal to just straight up normal. And then those overnight lows also not doing anything too fantastic, a little bit below average through, I'd say, about Saturday, and then a little bit above average by Sunday. But in general, they'll range from 20 to 25 degrees. Okay, that little uptick in temperatures into this weekend is going to coincide with this pattern breaking down very subtly. You see, we've had this dominant area of high pressure over the Pacific Rim now for the past couple weeks. So that's shielding the West Coast from any active weather at all. But it does look like that pattern's going to, like I said, very subtly break down. So we could have some low-end rain and snow chances by Sunday in the Yakima Valley. This is 7 days out. It's a 20% chance. We'll definitely have a lot more to say about this later in the week. But as said, pattern breaks down from 4 a.m. on Friday to 4 a.m. next Monday. Could have a couple inches of snow for our mountain passes. The mountain snowpack needs much more snow than that. Did I say much enough? Okay, here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Upper 30s and dry through Saturday. Watching a low-end chance of a rain-snow mix by Sunday. In Yakima, the same thing. Not much doing through Saturday, then a little bit more interesting on Sunday. In Ellensburg, cloudy through Tuesday, at least. We'll see if the clouds and stagnant air stick around beyond that. And then for Hermiston, our pattern will continue to be static over the next 6 days, perhaps more movement by day 7. And finally, for Walla Walla, dry and cold through the work week, but small chances of a wintry mix this weekend. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, from the dance floor to down under.
Oh, that's a
Look at that long tongue.
Mirrorball champs Robert Irwin and Whitney Carson reuniting for the first time since their Dancing with the Stars victory lap.
I feel like I gained this new family in America, you know, this incredible experience to dance, you know, with and for America. Whitney is an honorary Australian. Everyone's like,
yes,
you're one of us now, Whitney.
Robert showing Whitney and her family around the Australia Zoo.
The boys have just been so enthralled, and it's just been so cool to see them light up and be so curious and learn about all these animals.
And coming up at 7 a.m., Team Irwinett will exclusively bring us along on Robert's turf. With your GMA First Look, I'm Hannah Battah, ABC News, New York.
Asthma was making me miss out on things I love, like spending time with my kids. My treatment plan was not doing enough for me. I was concerned about future attacks. So I asked my doctor if we could do more. He ran some tests and recommended adding Fasenra.
Fasenra is an add-on treatment for eosinophilic asthma.
Now I'm breathing better. I haven't had an asthma attack in a year, and I'm back to the things I've missed. Like cheering for my boys. Let's go! Running my shop and spending time with friends.
Fasenra is not for sudden breathing problems. Serious allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis, may occur. Get help right away for swelling of your face, mouth, tongue, or trouble breathing. Don't stop asthma treatments, including oral steroids, without talking with your doctor. Tell your doctor if your asthma worsens or you have a parasitic infection. Headache and sore throat may occur.
Haven't you missed enough? Be your own best advocate. Ask your doctor about Fasenra.
If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 6:52. It's time for your morning sprint. We start with your national headlines. The Pentagon has placed about 1,500 active duty soldiers on prepare to deploy orders for Minnesota. The move follows protests after an ICE agent fatally shot a woman after she allegedly struck the agent with her car while attempting to flee. Officials say the additional troops are on standby in case violence escalates. The Minnesota National Guard has also been mobilized to support local public safety efforts. And all this as the DOJ is investigating a group who disrupted a church service in St. Paul, Minnesota. The protest occurred at City's church during a Sunday worship service. Demonstration followed claims circulating online about one of the church's pastors and his ties to ICE. DOJ officials say they are reviewing potential civil rights violations related to disrupting the service and interfering with worshipers. And prosecutors say any violations of federal law will be pursued. Now to your top 5 local stories that you need to know this morning. First up, a community meeting on Thursday in Kennewick drew more than 100 residents to discuss the proposed group home for Level 3 registered sex offenders. Neighbors voiced concerns about safety, school routes, and property values. Officials say the home will operate under strict supervision with cameras and 24/7 staff. Despite that, residents say they remain worried, and at this time, state lawmakers are monitoring the situation and exploring potential changes. We'll, of course, keep you updated. And Kennewick police responded to a dispute on South Rainier Street Friday morning. Officers say 38-year-old Randy Simiano displayed a firearm and initially refused commands. Police used less lethal pepper ball rounds to take him into custody safely. Investigators later learned he was a convicted felon. A search of his home recovered 2 firearms, and he's now facing multiple charges, felony charges. That includes unlawful possession of a firearm and resisting arrest. Pasco City Council has previewed the Wilson Estates rezoning proposal, and prior to this, the project went before an independent hearing examiner, so no new evidence or testimony can be added. Council members just must base their decision strictly on the existing record and follow city code. Officials are also reminding members to avoid off-the-record conversations and disclose any conflicts before making their ruling, which is expected this week. And Washington state lawmakers spent the first week of the legislative session in Olympia debating multiple bills. This includes AI regulations and restrictions on face coverings for officers. Week 2 of the 60-day session kicks off today, where many bills will be discussed in committee hearings. Senate Bill 5974, which would change eligibility requirements for elected sheriffs, will be debated further on Thursday. We'll be keeping an eye on that and keep you updated on the progress. And WSU Tri-Cities is a lead research partner in the new Cascadia Sustainable Aviation Accelerator. It's a statewide initiative that tests sustainable aviation fuel. Now, researchers have analyzed nearly 500 fuel samples, ensuring safety and performance for commercial use. This initiative could reduce aviation emissions without raising ticket costs, and it's attracting global attention. Researchers say the project also brings high-skilled jobs and investments to the region. Trending now this morning, a man sunbathing on a pontoon in New Zealand's Wellington Harbour got a not-so-little surprise on Friday. That's when 2 orcas circled his float.
Oh, man. Whew. Well, the encounter was caught on camera. Take a look. It took the man a moment to realize what was happening as onlookers shouted to him from the shore.
Yeah, I'm dying immediately just from the shock. Okay, so later a Facebook user named Joel Crampton acknowledged he was the bather, writing he had swum quickly to the shore because he, quote, did not want to be whale dinner. Okay, I don't know. I think I would just freeze and just pray and just stay there and become whale dinner eventually.
Yeah, my fight or flight would kick in. There's a third option,
like,
which is
I'm not
freeze.
swimming faster than that orca. Like, no, I don't know.
He was bold for making that mad dash back to shore, but
how does that even happen? Scary.
Yeah, and sunbathing too should be like the most chill activity.
I know.
Talk about going from 0 to 100 real quick.
Killer story, killer whale. Weather's not really that killer. It's just been quiet for you.
It's been like abnormally quiet, and I feel usually when we go through a stretch this quiet around this time of year, on the other side of that, things start popping, right?
Is it about to?
So far, it doesn't really look like it, at least in the short term. So for now, let's go ahead and take a look at this morning's visibility. You see it's very foggy in the foothills and in the mountains of Kittitas County, also of Umatilla and Walla Walla counties, but lower elevations mostly just socked in with clouds right now, not seeing any big visibility concerns. Temperatures in the teens, 20s, and 30s, just kind of depending on your microclimate, so be sure to bundle up as you're headed out the front door. Your hourly forecast for this MLK Day going to be overcast, going to be stuck in the mid-30s in the Tri-Cities, so 30s and 40s for lower elevations. Looks like we'll hold on to this pattern through Tuesday at least, but honestly, it looks like that's going to get extended out through at least Thursday, Friday.
And thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find updates on our website. That's applevalley.newsnow.com.
Good Morning America is up next, and stay tuned here for the Kraken game against the Pittsburgh Penguins. The puck drops at 2. We'll see you back here for your local news and weather at 5.